99.9 Punk World Radio FM. We're live and we have the one, the only, the phenomenal. We got hardcore and metal bands, so we're not taking it punk tonight. We're taking it a little more hard pace. We're taking it to the metal side. We got Ghostframe right here live on the radio. How you guys doing tonight?
Good, man.
Doing good, man.
I got to say, super stoked for this interview. I'm glad to have you guys here. I mean, I love your guys' music. I love what you guys have been doing for the past year and a half. So super stoked just to actually learn a bit more about you guys as well tonight.
Awesome. Yeah. Sick. We can introduce ourselves if that sounds good.
I mean, if you want to introduce yourselves, definitely go for it. I mean, it's obviously a great icebreaker.
Yeah.
I'm Royce, play guitar.
And I'm Corey. I'm the vocalist.
I'm Christian. I also play guitar.
Tommy on drums.
Justin on bass.
Well, I got to say, you guys have phenomenal chemistry together. You guys hear it in your music. But before all that chemistry and how all you guys came together for this interview, I want to take you back to 2024, where you guys actually first came together to form this band. What is the story behind it? Like, how did you guys all meet and form this band originally?
That's probably
me and Royce have been playing music together, not in a band, but like just separate bands and just like helping each other with like riffing since I was in middle school. You were in high school.
Yeah.
Royce and Corey were actually in a another 90s metalcore band called Roses Overhead that I used to go to their shows all the time. And back then they were already like booking shows with bigger hardcore bands within the scene.
So 2024, we kind of linked up and just started throwing ideas around like we had been. And then for some reason, we let's take it to the next step. Christian brought in Tommy, he's known for a while. And then we all knew Corey, brought him in. And then Corey brought Justin in to finish up the five of us.
That's right.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all pretty much all homies. I've known Royce for over 25 years. We played in a band together in high school. And I've known Justin for about the same amount of time. We went to school together here in Lake Elsinore. And yeah.
We all kind of grew up in the same metal music
Hardcore
scene. So
Yeah.
local to us. So
Elsinore.
yeah.
And also, February 14th of 2025, you guys actually made your on-stage debut where you opened up for Pentagram. I was wondering if you can actually just tell us a bit more about that show. And of course, what was it like just opening up for such a phenomenal band like Pentagram for your guys' very first performance?
Nerve-wracking, I'd say.
It was raining really hard.
Yeah, knocking the dust off a little bit because none of us had really performed live in a long time.
Yeah.
The chemistry, like you said, we had that, but never tested it on stage. So that definitely pushed us to that limit and super exciting. But I remember being a little freaked out.
They were hiding it pretty well though, because I was probably the most nervous. This is the first band I've ever played guitar for on stage. So my first show playing guitar for a band was opening up for Pentagram. So I was freaking
I never
out.
thought of that.
And then we show up to the whiskey and we see our name on the marquee, and I'm literally sweating.
Dude, I remember you as you're plugging all your shit in. You're like, dude, I don't remember any of the songs.
Yep.
What do I do?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
He killed it. He
did kill it. For sure.
It's getting easier now, but I still get the most nervous out of everybody.
I ended up
Oh
blowing my knee out.
On stage.
halfway through the set.
Yeah, right in the middle of the set, and then I played the rest of the show on
On a stool.
one of those.
On
On a bar stool, yeah.
It was actually funny. He as he's down on the ground writhing in pain, he looks up to me. He's like, "Why'd you fucking kick me?" He swore I kicked him and blew his knee out.
And you know what? Now Justin plays
Him or a horse or a train.
Justin plays next to me now, and I'm so thankful that he did it for that first show, because if I would have noticed, I would have stopped playing completely. But I just kept playing because I didn't know he was on the ground.
We all kind of thought he was.
I said no matter what, never stop in the middle.
Oh, and I would have stopped.
Yeah, we kind of got lucky because we were preparing for our set to go wonky because we were having some equipment issues the night before. So we were prepared for something to happen with Justin's bass cutting out. And when he had his fall, we were all just like, oh, this must be that time.
It happened.
just carried through it. And then we turn around and he's on the floor.
Yelling at me.
But yeah, that whole playing for Pentagram thing was like a series of events that led up to it. Like before we had our name and before we were ready to start playing shows, we actually got asked to open for Pentagram at a local brewery that we play at a lot now. And because we didn't have our name, we didn't have any socials and could guarantee a draw, that kind of fizzled away. And then a neighbor of mine said that he knew their drummer and got me in contact with him, but he was the drummer from the lineup before their new touring lineup. And then once we got our name and started our Instagram socials, basically as we were building our followers up, the Whiskey A Go-Go reached out and asked if we wanted to open, and took it as a sign that the universe wanted us to do this. And after rejecting the whiskey numerous amounts of times because they wanted to do a pre-sale situation, they eventually caved and offered us the slot for nothing. It was pretty serendipitous.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, we got lucky. The Doom gods were in approval. And pretty much, so Corey is a huge catalyst for that being our first show, because
All our shows, really.
I was not down.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not ready, but I have a good. This band is all about support, and they were, made me feel comfortable enough for that to be. But I was very nervous. I was like freaking out a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
And when it comes to Pentagram, did those guys actually watch your set? Did they actually come out like into the crowd or watch from the side stage? Did they give you guys any feedback after your performance?
On like the balcony. Like there was a couple other members up there. I remember.
We met them though afterwards. I met what's his name?
Bobby.
Bobby, yeah. I took a picture with Bobby before they played. He bummed a cigarette off of me.
Well, the drummer was up on the balcony with his girlfriend. I remember when we.
Yeah, I want to say that I'm pretty sure Bobby wasn't watching. Like he was kind of in his own world. When we got to the venue, he was just outside smoking cigarettes underneath the awning.
And we smoked a cigarette with him.
Yeah, and we just went up and shot the shit with him for a little while. But for the most part, he was up in his green room, just like keeping his distance from all of that. Because I'm sure for him, things get a little overwhelming. But I'm pretty sure like their guitar player and like Tommy said, their drummer was probably watching from the balcony.
Yeah, they were chill.
Yeah.
They did come up to me afterwards and say we had a good set. Because I told them, I'm like, we're probably the most different band you're going to hear tonight. And they're like, oh, we like hardcore too. Like, we grew up listening to it.
Their set was freaking sick.
Yeah.
They were killer live.
Phenomenal.
Oh, yeah, they were amazing.
It was fun to watch.
Their lineup.
And also, you guys are currently signed to Brayburn Records. I was wondering, how did you guys get connected with that legendary label? And of course, what is it like just working alongside them? Because if I'm not mistaken, they've been around since the late 1990s.
Right. Yeah. So you guys.
No, you want to link this up? Link to that.
Yeah. So we got connected with Derek from Brayburn through our buddies in Ira Knox. Rick Ash, who plays guitar for them, and I go back to middle school, just another old friend. When Royce and I were in our band, Roses Overhead, we used to play a lot of shows with his band, Torn Within, who's also from Lake Elsinore. And when we got this thing rolling, one of the first people that I thought of to send it to and show was Rick. So I started sending him videos of our rehearsals that we were doing. And then once we got our Instagram up and running, Brayburn started following us, and Ira Knox came out for a couple shows out here in California, and they used our rehearsal space to get together at the night before. And I actually got up with them and did guest vocals on one of their songs. And at the end of their set, Ian, their guitar player, was like, "Hey, Derek from shout out Ian. Derek from Brayburn wants to talk to you guys. You should hit him up tomorrow or whatever." And I think I waited. I think I was a little nervous to do it the next day. I was like, just got this girl's number. I don't want to be too eager type thing. So I hit him up later on that week, and we got to talking, and he was just liked what we were doing, liked what we were about, and he really liked our drive because once we went live, it was like
Off to the races.
everything, just go, go, go. And I think he really appreciated our drive, so it went from there.
And with Brayburn, I have to say, like, so many amazing bands have actually came through that label. I remember back, I think it was like 2001, 2002. I remember snagging a copy of Contender, Scenic Overlook, man. I remember that was the first time I saw that Brayburn Records logo on the back of a CD.
Yeah, as far as I know, Derek started that in '98. It was like a college thing of his when he was living in Salt Lake City. And then he had kids, did the dad thing, so he put it on the back burner for a while. And his son plays in Mood Swing Misery, which is one of his bands.
Shout out Mood Swing Misery.
Shout out Mood Swing Misery. And like that kind of lit the fire under his ass to get the label up and running again. And I think it's only been back for a little over 2 years now.
And speaking of that label as well, one of the records you actually released on that was October 3rd, 2025, called Spectral Embrace. I was wondering, what is the story and inspiration behind this amazing record?
Well, a lot of the lyrical content is based on like living in fear during times of recovery and rebirth. Because I'm a recovering alcoholic. I've got just a little over 5 years of sobriety under my belt. So a lot of my lyrical content are like embracing subjects. Like the first track, Discussion, is basically about like communication failures as a result of recovery. Even though like I've done all of this work and I'm trying to live my better, like the better version of myself's life, like I still struggle with communicating in an effective way that doesn't like trigger anger and resentment. The song, the title track, Spectral Embrace, is actually, I wrote that years ago, and it's the only song that I used lyrics from an old band of mine, and it's describing being visited by like an astral presence of some kind during sleep paralysis. What's the next one? Cold and Blue is basically a compassionate response to suicide. And then Script, that's actually based on a friend of ours who grew up having numerous amounts of knee surgeries and was kind of groomed to become an opiate addict. So that kind of touches on like fentanyl and things like that. And then Shame Is My Name, again, is just kind of like rebirth and like, like I'm seen as this like individual who's overcome such a like low point in my life, yet I'm still struggling with fear. And then like utilizing the Spectral Embrace as the name, it didn't really dawn on me until recently, actually. Like the Spectral Embrace, the spectral represents the fear, and the embrace represents confronting those fears and like honoring it in a way. So yeah.
And also I think the band, it means different things. So like lyrically, we all vibe with that just because we grew up with Corey, but it's also just like parables of people we've met in our hometown of Lake Elsinore, pretty much.
As far as the music, like the music writing, it's literally the first 5 songs we've ever written. So for me, it's kind of cool to get to know these guys and their writing process and the styles that they have on the back end behind the lyrics. But that was a lot of fun getting to figure out what the hell we're supposed to sound like, blending all 5 of our styles. That was fun for me.
Yeah, after we wrote Spectral Embrace, we kind of found our sound. We were like, wow, that, I think Ron is something here.
Yeah, that was definitely the song that like clicked. Yeah. Was the quickest writing wise, and we were
vibing on each other hard that day. Yeah.
And I first and foremost want to say congratulations on years of sobriety, man. It's definitely a difficult thing to overcome, but the fact that you're still on the straight and narrow and doing your thing, man. So congratulations on that.
Hey, thanks, brother. I appreciate that.
But
Yeah,
I do know what the
that, like, goes through it,
my
like,
apologies.
it's not my fault. If anyone out there like is in recovery and things like that, like check out our music. Like you might resonate with some of the things in there, especially Shame Is My Name. Like the way that people have come to me after like hearing our music and knowing what the words are, it's been pretty humbling, honestly. So, and that's the first time I've been in a band where it's been like that, where I've had like a connection with the listener. So it's pretty cool.
And also, this album actually came out on vinyl just last month on October 3rd. Are there any wax left? And of course, where can we actually snag ourselves some vinyl if they are indeed still available?
So it's actually a picture disc. So it's a little bit different.
PVC.
PVC. So you have to take care of it a little bit differently, and the way it's played is a little bit different than vinyl. But we're going to be taking our vinyl. We have a website. You have the socials for that, right?
So the band, we're actually currently sold out of our own copies, but you can order one through Brayburn, which is at brayburnrecords.bigcartel.com. And Derek still has a lot of the copies left. We'll probably end up getting a few more from him to have on hand at shows and stuff. But as far as right now, I don't know how many are left, but I know Derek has quite a few. So you can visit the Brayburn Bodega, as he likes to call it. And that, again, is brayburnrecords.bigcartel.com. And like Christian was saying, it's a lathe cut picture disc PVC vinyl. So the grooves don't run as deep and there's a lot more surface noise on it, but it's kind of more of like an eclectic, like a collector's item. These PVC things are kind of a new thing in the music industry, and they kind of have like their own little cult following, but the sound quality is not like audiophile style.
So it's more punk rock.
Yeah.
It's a square cut lathe, so it's not round like your traditional record.
And it's like a picture disc, so it does have like,
It's got the artwork, the album artwork on the front, and then a group photo of us on the back with the track listings and everything.
And also as well, December 6th, so this Saturday, you guys will be taking the stage at the Solus Beer and Blending. I was wondering, what can your fans expect from this upcoming performance? And of course, where can we actually snag ourselves some last-minute tickets?
So the show, I think at Solaris, it's a free show. It's all ages, right? It's a free show. It's all ages. So you don't need a ticket. Just come, have a good time,
buy some beer,
get some beer, hang out, or just come and hang out. They usually have a really good like barbecue or smash burger vendor like out front.
Some really badass bands too are going to be there. It's definitely support them. We got Loather.
No, Loather's not playing this one.
Oh no. Beneath the Pines though, which shout out Beneath the Pines and Dylan, who's actually like a founding member of the Locust. He filled in for Royce at our last show. Which we're going to be playing with them at that show on the 6th. And then also
we've got Cake Eater from Orange County, which is more of the hardcore punk style.
Or Comeback Kitty, but super sick band.
Yeah, fast driven, more punk beats than the metal stuff. We've got a good buddy of ours, Stone Kisser, who does more like noise, electronic noise. And he considers himself a punk band, which is pretty awesome. But it's going to be a little different compared to our other shows, having him right there in the middle. And then opening up the night is our buddies Heaven's Cry, who are former members of Torn Within that used to play with Rick from Iron Ox. And they're also from Lake Elsinore and go back pretty like a long time with me and Royce. So it's going to be a pretty killer show. It's the last show that we've got booked for the year. I can't speak for the rest of the bands, but it's just going to be like an end of the year blowout for us. Just having a good time. Letting Royce have one more show before the end of the year since he missed out on the last
that was
one.
a bad one to miss too. I was bummed out.
Yeah.
Sure.
So it's just going to be a big party. We play at Solaris a lot, and it's very family driven. So a lot of people bring their kids, which is awesome, and get like a pretty good mix of people's musical taste, and open up some doors sometimes for people who aren't as familiar with the hardcore scene as we are.
And Solaris is coming up. They're booking some bigger bands. Fear actually just played there not too long ago. Desmadre was supposed to play there
last weekend, right?
Yeah, last weekend. Fear played. I saw Black Flag. It was the last show that Mike Vallely did vocals with Black Flag and Greg Ginn.
You had the Guttermouth roll through there.
Yeah, I saw Guttermouth there. So yeah, they have some pretty big.
Pentagram was there.
Pentagram played there.
They played there the weekend
yeah.
after we played.
Yeah. So
What is your guys' take on the new Black Flag lead singer? I mean, I got to say, I liked Mike. I really did. They actually had a show they were going to do down here in Ottawa. They had it booked for Ottawa Punk Fest, but then Mike left and those plans crumbled, unfortunately.
So I think I actually just like did a deep dive on this because I know Greg Ginn was like kind of like playing it close to the chest with that, like on replying to like the kind of
the modern lineup,
just the grief he was getting for like having these young kids. I mean, punk rock, hardcore, like it's about community, and it's about the youth. It's like giving that kind of like outcast person a safe place to go and be around like-minded people, and also like have that DIY do-it-yourself mentality. So I personally didn't see an issue with it, but I could understand why some people, especially if you've grown up listening to Black Flag and gone through every singer they've had, you know, where it's like people argue on whether or not Rollins is the best Black Flag singer, you know? So it's like they're going to complain about him, you know, Greg Ginn being the only member and like bringing in the younger kids. You know, it's just going to be a thing that happens.
Yeah, the female vocalist I got going on now, man. I actually like her. I will admit, I was only upset for a minute because I was really stoked to go to the Black Flag show with Mike because I grew up skateboarding, and I was like, man, it'd be so cool to kind of bump into Mike at the club. But then when it got canceled, I was like, you know what I mean? I was pissed. But then I heard the female singer. I'm like, you know what? She actually totally kicks ass.
Chick singers are cool, dude. I love a good punk band with a chick singer, dude. That's like sometimes it's the best thing, you know.
Yeah, there's a really powerful movement going on with female vocalists right now, and it's really awesome to see them take that, you know, like with the Miss Venezuela chick or whatever.
That was cool. She like did that cover of that metalcore song. Yeah, that's pretty sick.
But yeah,
even that girl took over for Chester as well at Linkin Park. I forget her name, but I listened to the album. I got to say it's different. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I respect it.
It grows on you a little bit, just like, you know.
I like the last track on that album. It's good.
Yeah. What's that girl? Her name's Brody. What's that punk band?
Oh, you're talking about
yeah, whatever their band name is.
Distillers. Dude, that's like one of my favorite bands.
Best punk rock.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, I had a huge crush on her as a youth.
Yeah.
But also, guys, speaking of new music and whatnot, since the release of Spectral Embrace, you guys have hit the ground running, man, doing massive shows, just doing so much amazing things. Are there new plans for new music in 2026? And if so, what can your fans expect from the new music when it does get released?
I think that's kind of the main goal right now is to not play as many shows and just write. We have a million ideas in all of our heads, and we just need to get them out and put them together. That's kind of, I think, our main goal is to put together some new music.
And what you can expect is music played in a hardcore format that's not necessarily hardcore, but like what I always tell these guys is like, it just has to be hardcore and it has to sound evil. So that's like, that is like what we're going to like solidify as our sound is just like evil sounding hardcore music.
Yeah.
You know,
And definitely expect some elements of like dark psychedelia and like that doom vibe with some black metal elements like we've already been doing. I think with our approach going forward, it's going to be like, I'm not going to say like more technical, but a lot more thought out. Our process right now is changing as far as like how we're putting our ideas together instead of just coming together at our jam space and just shooting shit off the wall, you know. We're taking more time as individuals to like put our ideas together and then present them to the whole group to make it ours.
I think that's probably the difference between what we did on the first EP and what we're doing now. Because, like I said, it was the first 5 songs we ever wrote. It's kind of a weird blend of everything, and it was kind of not so much directed as it is now. Kind of more of a point to look at. So I'm excited for blending.
Well,
still
we wrote our 5 songs on our EP so fast, I think, that now we want to take some time to actually.
It's still going to be a mixed bag, though.
Yeah.
That is like the Ghostframe. You can hear a bit of all of us in the music. We all come from like the hardcore scene, but hardcore is like a big umbrella that a lot of like subgenres fit underneath. And each one of us come from like a different subsect of hardcore. So you're definitely still going to be able to hear. We're going to have something for everybody. So.
Yeah.
good point.
And I guess also the big difference would be like the 5 songs on Spectral Embrace, those were written so we could perform.
Yeah.
And now we're going to be writing our album. Like, so we'll be writing that as an album instead of just to get us on a stage, you know?
We had a bunch of people hitting us up to play shows, like in the middle of us writing. We only had like, what, 3 songs?
Yeah.
I don't think we had a name yet either.
We didn't have a band name. We were right in the middle of writing music. We were like, oh, shoot. We got all these people trying to play shows, and we had to figure it out really quick. So
They're still cool, but
yeah,
I think they're going to be better coming up. More thought out for sure.
Yeah, they're sick.
Yeah.
And aside from the show coming up this Saturday, and of course, you know, you guys currently about to work on writing your first full-length studio album, what is next for Ghostframe? Is there anything we happen to miss during this evening's interview that you guys still want to touch on, talk about, or promote? Well, we still got you here live on 99.9 FM tonight.
Split with Suicide Cages?
Yeah, so we're talking with our label mates, Suicide Cages, on Brayburn Records. And we're planning on putting together a 7-inch split with them. So once we decide what songs those are going to be and get those recorded, hopefully we can get that to happen by April, but that's kind of cutting it close. We're in the process of planning a tour with them, which will start in Albuquerque, hit Arizona, a couple spots in California, and I believe in Nevada.
Right Utah, so like right outside Nevada, like 45 minutes out.
Okay, I thought it was Vegas, but we're still trying to work that out and figure out our schedules and where we're going to fit in on those dates. And we've got a couple of shows lined up with Ira Knox in March. Again, we still have to figure out some scheduling because Justin might be having surgery that month. So we're still working on some things, but we have a show with Desmadre booked on February 21st. It still hasn't been announced, but it's the rescheduled show that was canceled a couple weeks ago at Solaris Brewing because of the weather. So we hopped on that as an opening act, and basically trying not to like overwhelm ourselves with any show going forward. Before we were just kind of like taking everything just to get our name out there and be recognized as part of the scene and the community. But going forward, we're probably going to think things through a little bit more. So we're taking the right shows that'll help push our name and promote our EP and get us in front of more people.
Definitely check out Suicide Cages and Iron Knox, though, since we're talking about it.
Yeah, and also Chew Through. Like, just go check out the whole Brayburn roster. There are a bunch of thick-ass bands on that label. And then Derek, huge shout-out to Derek, too, because he invested in us like when we didn't even have a demo out. So
Nothing at all.
yeah, we had
Just-
literally no music recorded. It was just like live rehearsals on our Instagram, you know, and then run it up on like all the streaming services. Our EP, it's on pretty much every streaming platform you could think of. So
yeah, we've got some live videos on YouTube as well. Just Google Ghostframe Live. And we've got like our Halloween show we did. We have our show in Salt Lake City. We've got a couple of clips from a show at Booze Brothers in Vista.
that been there, seen that. They had a really good camera recording.
Lead for the Scene.
Lead for the Scene. Sorry,
Oh,
been there,
yeah.
seen that was the one that.
They did
Also,
the CD, right?
other Canadian label that helped us put out our picture discs.
CD.
Oh, the CDs. Sorry,
Yeah,
my bad.
It's sorry to jumble that. So like we put out our Rayburn helped us put out the 8-inch lathe cut, and he connected us with Been There Seen That Records, which is also out of Canada, to do our CD as like a limited like one-time drop through them. But we are, I guess this would fit into like what's next. We will be re-releasing our EP on CD through Brayburn Records with revamped artwork and probably on a digipack packaging. So that's something else to look forward to over the next few months.
And before we part ways here tonight, guys, obviously I know how to follow you guys across social media, but for the people that might just be discovering you guys here in Canada tonight, how do we go about following you guys across all social media platforms?
So we're pretty much only on Instagram, which is at Ghostframe Official. And then you can listen to our music on all the major things, but to help us out, you can go to ghostframeofficial.bandcamp.com. We also have a website, which is ghostframeofficial.com. And I try my best to update that as best as possible, but there's some like news updates and like some photos. And we do have a web store on it, but I'm still trying to figure out the payment options. So I don't know if it's working or not. So if you guys are interested in purchasing anything, I do have CDs on hand. We've got shirts and hats and a couple other little things. If you're interested in getting anything off of us, just go to our Instagram at Ghostframe Official and just send us a direct message, and you'll be talking to me, and we can arrange a way to send payment, and I can get that shipped out to you guys. I'll probably also end up putting our merchandise on Bandcamp.
And I got to say, first and foremost, guys, thank you so much for giving not only myself, but the radio station Airways a bit of your time. It was such an honor speaking with California's finest. And hopefully down the line, we can make this happen again sometime soon when your new record gets all polished up and finished and released to the public, man. We'll get you guys back on and run this one all over again.
Yes, sir.
Can I ask you a question?
For sure, man.
What's your favorite track off of Spectral Embrace?
Honestly, the self-titled track, man. Honestly, the entire 5 tracks are phenomenal, but yeah, it's hard to pick just one, man. They're all great. They all have a special, very unique meaning to them. So my best answer I can give you is a self-titled track, but also all of them as well, man.
Oh, yeah, appreciate that.
You can't choose one. It's like a Lay's chip, man. It's like the Marc Messier commercial. You can't have just one.
Right. Well, we're glad that you enjoy it, man. Thanks for having us on your show.
Thank you for having us. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hey, you're most certainly welcome, guys. We definitely shall be in talks, but for now, man, have yourselves a phenomenal night and tear the roof off the joint this coming Saturday as well.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Thanks
thank
a lot,
you.
brother.
Thanks,
Appreciate
brother.
you, man.